We are reporting live from beneath the waters of our planet and are almost 300 feet down the ground level in our submarine. And there's this absolutely stunning and breathtaking sight of fishes, coral reefs, jellyfish, seahorses, octopus, and some more weird creatures. It's a whole other world, and we're hopeful enough to meet and greet with Princess Ariel in the Kingdom of Atlantica.
Oh, come on. Oh, wait, what on earth is that on there?
Where? Oh, holy waters, is that a UFO?
I have no freaking idea. Oh my god, wait. Reporting from the seafloor, we have just detected some real cool structure down here. It seems like a UFO. I don't know. The visibility is extremely less.
OMG, we are about to be really popular.
That's not what it is. But okay. Wait, let me take some pictures. Oh, that is not clear enough. I mean, at all.
But it is definitely something. The water is so murky, you can't make it out though. And all I can observe is that it's pretty circular.
Yeah, I seriously doubt that this is a geological formation, but who knows? The mind can play tricks.
Yeah, what ocean is this by the way? Sea, whatever.
I think it's called some Baltic Sea. Wait,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, wait again. Is that kind of a whale about to hit us?
good guess. Shoot, leave, hurry!
Baltic Sea will be back to solve your mystery, I promise. Wait, go up. No, go down. What are you doing? Bonjour, and a splashy entrance to our beloved podcast, Solving for X. This time we're diving deep into the depths of the oceans, and the X we're gonna solve for is.
Everything about the oceans! From their emergence, marine life, to their undiscovered and strange mysteries, and the phenomenal world that is deep down.
And we are reporting live from the Atlantic Ocean, all the way from the bottom.
That's the best part. But before we begin, shout out to Rachel Griffith, fellow Wisdom ambassador, who got us thinking about the oceans in the first place. So, do you know why we even have oceans on our planet? I expect a no.
Then here comes the unexpected. I do. So, like atmosphere and the ocean accumulated gradually over millions and millions of years with the continual degassing of the Earth's interior. So, as water vapors and gases from molten rocks of Earth escaped to the atmosphere, and the gases kind of condensed to form water as the Earth gradually cooled down below the boiling point of water. And hey, we had the first rain, which continued for like centuries.
Right. And then the water got drained into the really giant hollows of Earth, and this is how, ladies and gentlemen, oceans were born.
Even volcanic outgassing and asteroids kind of contributed to the formation.
Yes. The earliest life, as we have talked about in some previous episodes too, likely thrived near hypothermal vents in oceans devoid of oxygen.
But then, probably due to cyanobacteria, both oceans and atmosphere were oxygenated, paving the way for more complex life as they used sunlight to produce oxygen.
According to my knowledge, the Ediacaran period saw the first complex marine lives, soft bodied with forms unlike modern species.
Are they still there?
Things keep happening. Catastrophic asteroid impacts triggered tsunamis, acid rains, and darkness, collapsing marine food chains, which caused mass extinctions.
Well, so others slowly adapted to changing seas and evolved.
But then the oceans changed too rapidly for the species to respond, and again, mass extinctions occurred across the globe. This has happened 5 times and could happen again.
Tragic.
Boo hoo. Of course. And the surviving lineages did evolve into modern groups like mammals, including whales, seals, manatees, blah blah, which we find today in the present day oceans.
Don't even talk about whales. We recorded that clip 3 days ago. Shouldn't have even done that in the first place, but then, we had to flaunt.
Lol.
So,
Yeah.
okay. Anyways, just a reminder, we are at the bottom, folks, reporting live from the deepest, darkest pit of the ocean, the Hadal Zone. Over 10,000 meters, this trench is deeper than the Mount Everest is tall.
And yeah, we're at the bottom not because the whale crashed into us or whatever, but we just survived. Don't ask. FYI, we have far left that horrible sea and are now in the actual ocean. Shoot!
What are you doing?
It's fine, just a minor accident. You try
God.
navigating these shallow, narrow trenches. And by the way, the word Hadal comes from the word Hades, who is the Greek god of the underworld.
Okay, can you please focus on driving? How can you fangirl right now?
We're almost out of here. Shh.
Okay.
Finally. We've entered the abyssal
Um,
zone.
hmm,
The
yeah.
abyssal plains lie on top of the oceanic crust, which is part of the lithosphere.
Okay, are you sure we are here? I can't see anything. It's still pitch black. Whoa, do you see this? Our bioping detects life. Even here where the temperature is around 3 to 4 degrees Celsius and pressure is very high.
Yeah, some animals like anglerfish, tripod fish, vampire squid, and telescope octopus can all be found here. Some utilize bioluminescence to light up their way.
Okay, incredible and scary. Okay, climbing up, climbing up. The land here is transitioning from the continental slope to the continental rise. It is called a rise because it is a pile of material that has fallen down from the continent above. Basically, we're trying to climb a slide.
We
I
are
mean,
now
yeah,
entering the midnight zone, aka
midnight.
the bathypelagic zone, which extends from 1000 meters to 4000 meters.
What word is that? Okay,
I have no
anyways.
idea. Is that
Okay.
how it's pronounced?
Okay, so I can still see anything beyond a few feet though. Wait, are those eyes or headlights?
Which means name. Those are eyes. Let's keep moving. Okay, yes,
Okay.
we've reached the twilight zone or the mesopelagic zone.
My
Just
God, the words.
660, yeah, just 660 to 3300 meters up, and we're home. The twilight zone is home to a few hardy fish and invertebrates, but there are no photosynthesizing organisms here.
Okay, so which means that animals largely have two choices for food. Some live on food particles that fall from the sunlight zone, and others are active predators that can go up to feed.
Oh my gosh, Ramit!
Holy move! Oh my God, what did I just see?
That, my friend, was a shark eating a squid.
Ew, okay, oh my God, ew. What is it even doing there? Don't sharks live in the sunlight zone?
Large predatory fish like swordfish, tuna, sharks, and even whale sharks are known to dive into the twilight zone to feed because there's lots of food here.
Oh my God, okay. Let's not become food, please.
Okay,
Just, yeah,
going up.
okay. Oh, light, finally. We are now in the epipelagic zone, also known as the sunlight zone. It is the region of the ocean that sits on the continental shelf, just 200 meters from the surface. That's it.
In this zone, enough sun rays can penetrate the waters for photosynthesis to occur. The maximum depth for this zone in clear, open ocean water is 200 meters. In coastal
Hmm.
waters, this zone can be as shallow as 50 meters.
Yeah, okay. This is because things like runoff from rivers and strong waves increase the amount of suspended particulate matter. These tiny particles then reflect sunlight, which prevents it from reaching deeper into the water. That's why it's kind of dark down there and scary.
I hear corals. Coral reefs are the most diverse of all marine ecosystems. They teem with life, with perhaps one quarter of all ocean species depending on reefs for food and shelter.
Healthy coral reefs are filled with a chorus of underwater sounds, including clicks, pops, and the calls of various fish and invertebrates. Lucky for us, our talking fishinator, which allows us to actually understand what the corals are saying and talk to them using sounds.
Ah, finally, visitors with manners. Most just swim by and kick sand in our polyps.
Oh, sorry about that. We come in peace.
We're recording an episode for a podcast. Can you guys please answer some of our questions if you have time?
Sure, I can spare a few minutes from my busy schedule.
Busy schedule. I'm sorry, but what do you even do?
I house thousands of species, keep the reef clean, and build architecture out of limestone. It gets exhausting.
Oh my god, that sounds impressive. Okay, can you tell us how reefs are actually formed?
It begins with the tiny coral polyps. We settle in rocks or skeletons of our ancestors around shallow water close to the shore. As generations pass, we build our neighbourhood, piece by piece, using limestone. Of course, we don't do it alone. We share our space with algae, zooxanthellae to be precise. They live in our tissues, give us food through photosynthesis, and colour our world. We shelter them. It's a partnership older than your oldest myths.
Whoa. But building reef and all is fine, but don't you all get bored doing the same thing for centuries? I mean, you can't even move respectfully.
Darling, I can't be bored. I host millions of guests and survive climate change on a day-to-day basis. I don't have time for boredom. I'm booked for the next 500 years, at least.
What's it like being a landlord for so many species?
It can be chaotic. They fight over space, nibble on my edges, and none of them pay rent. But I love them. It gets really beautiful sometimes.
I bet it does. Yeah.
Well then, that's all we have time for, I'm afraid to say. Thank you, Corals, for this interview of a lifetime.
Hey, before you go, tell your human friends up there to stop messing with us.
We're out of the water, but this adventure is far from over.
That's right, because now we are going to be compiling all our data from a little trip in our lab. We'll see you there.
A few moments later.
Welcome back. Has the recording started?
Yes, yes, continue.
Okay. So we spent a couple of hours analyzing the sounds we captured from the ocean. And before we played for you, let us talk about the importance of sound in marine life.
Sound is so important because animals can hear events all around them, no matter where their attention is focused. Many species of blind amphibians, reptiles, fishes, and mammals are known, but no naturally profoundly deaf vertebrate species have been discovered.
Hmm. Marine animals rely on sound to acoustically sense their surroundings, communicate, locate food, and protect themselves underwater. The ocean may look quiet from above, but down there, it's basically an acoustic jungle.
For the oyster toadfish, sound production is very important in courtship rituals. Sound is produced by the male toadfish to attract the female for mating, and is especially important in the murky waters that toadfish inhabit where the sight is limited.
Yeah, and we already communicated with corals through sounds. Healthy
Through a
coral
dolphin
reefs.
impersonator.
Yeah. Healthy coral reefs are filled with a variety of sounds, like I told already, including clicks, pops, and snaps. Can you hear it? No? Never
Yeah.
mind. Okay. Produced by a diverse range of marine life. These sounds, particularly like the cracking of snapping shrimp and the grunts and croaks of various fish, are important cues for coral larvae seeking a place to settle and grow.
That's all that will bore you with regarding sounds.
Okay, so before we dive into the next topic, sit back and enjoy a few minutes of raw ocean soundscapes. See if you can guess what each clip is. Let your ears explore.
Shoot, a power cut. It's evening and it's getting darker already. Ramit, do you know where the lamp is?
I don't, but it's definitely the perfect time for me to narrate the most haunting story of a mysterious place in the Atlantic.
Oh god.
Ooh, brace yourself for the haunted lore of the Bermuda Triangle, aka the Devil's Triangle.
Try me.
Well, here you go. The Bermuda Triangle is a section of the North Atlantic Ocean where ships and planes have vanished without a trace, some claim under mysterious circumstances.
Of course, then paranormal stuff too, maybe then. Where do the triangle's three corners lie, by the way?
The devil has its influence near Bermuda, of course, followed by Puerto Rico and the Florida coast near Miami. More than 50 ships and 20 planes are said to have disappeared in the area now. In more recent history, two incidents stand out. In 1918, the USS Cyclops, a Navy supply ship with 306 crew members on board, stood in the Bermuda Triangle. No explanation was given and no wreckage found.
Okay. Stop being so dramatic.
Oh my god, I can sense your fear. I'll continue. In 1945, a group of five torpedo bombers, known as Flight 19, took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, for a routine training flight and never returned. Again, no explanation was given and no wreckage found. The only clue was intercepted radio messages indicating that the compasses were malfunctioning.
Hmm. Oh my god, lights back. Thank god.
Yes, I scared you. My God, mission possible. Sorry, mission successful. Yes, I scared you, finally. Anyways, any guesses what could be the more scientific reasons?
Aware that magnetic fields are there or something, I don't know.
Yeah, that's one possible reason. Even I think so. There may be like a large scale magnetic anomaly, like a region where the Earth's magnetic field lines are wrapped and twisted. This
Hmm.
could cause navigational mistakes, but then, the magnetic maps of the region show no evidences.
Okay, what else?
Um, okay, let's see. They are underwater. I think there are underwater methane deposits in the region, which release like really massive bubbles, which can, swallow the ships and they sink. Probably nothing like that has happened in recent times, but around 15,000 years ago, there may have been signs of methane release.
Wow, that's terrifying, but also astonishing.
Yeah. And we also have the concept of rogue waves, which are like very, very big waves, and they are twice the size of surrounding waves and are quite unpredictable and often come unexpectedly from directions other than prevailing wind and waves. You may have seen them in movies too. I mean, they're very
Yeah,
large. Yeah.
I need the tea behind that. What's the science?
Okay, so like a group of waves called ocean swells, they travel across the sea at different speeds and directions. So sometimes the crests or the troughs of different waves they line up perfectly, and the waves combine to form much, much bigger waves. So they last for a shorter time unless the swells face the same direction. So basically, the crests and the troughs then add up to make the larger waves, and
Stop.
yeah.
That's so much physics.
Okay. Okay, there's more. Even storms can cause rogue waves. They generate waves which travel into strong ocean currents going the opposite way. Clashes reduce the wave frequency, which is like the number of waves that pass an area in unit time, which is like the physics we have,
Boring.
which cause them to get closer. So the energy of those waves then builds up in one place, making them combine to huge rogue waves. By the way, you asked me to explain the science.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since they're not much predictable, you can't really know when they can attack you and see.
Yeah, pretty much. It's funny how the humans have a mind that only goes for stranger and weird stuff rather than the more logical one. We'll just remember that a ship disappeared all of a sudden and not that it may have sunk due to maybe a tsunami.
Of course, why not?
Yeah, stupid people.
So, you're sure you don't want to talk about the Baltic Sea anymore?
Oh, wait, it slipped from my mind. Oh my God, I always wanted to it be the first thing, but never mind. I'm so sure it was the UFO, by the way. I'm still very sure.
Why not? The aliens found that one place to hibernate, isn't it?
Sarcasm? Haha, hilarious.
See, according to my research, it is a 60-meter wide disc shaped structure and it's claimed to have a very strange stair formations like it is a 985-foot runway leading to the object. It may have also been constructed that way. I don't know.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, there's this one sonar image of the anomaly. I mean, I just checked it out, but even the geologists are doubtful whether their device was even functioning correctly then.
It is said that all electronic equipment stopped near the unidentified object. See, according to my research, it is a 60-meter wide disc shaped structure and it's claimed to have a very strange stair like formations, like it's a 985-foot runway leading to the object. It may also have been constructed that way. I don't know.
Yeah, there's this one sonar image of the anomaly, but even the geologists are doubtful whether their device was even functioning correctly then. I mean, it is said to, it is said that all electronic equipment stopped near the unidentified object.
Can it be part of the lost city of Atlantis? It's
Oh
possible.
God, we swear to God, you and your fangirling.
You and your UFOs and stupid physics.
Oh, okay. Okay, anyways, it rises like 3 to 4 meters above the seabed. I think it could be a ship base that drowned during the Cold War. The oceanographers have analyzed samples brought from the seafloor, which included granites and gneisses and sandstones. And all this is something you would expect from the kind of glacial basin the Baltic Sea fills.
So it can be pretty much just a huge glacial deposit. That's sad.
Yeah, I mean, the glaciers could have carried huge rocks to make that kind of formation, probably in the Ice Age.
Again, as you said, even if it's something just normal, our brains would always overthink and overanalyze stuff.
Right. What are you sure about then?
No opinions. I think it should be properly excavated if possible, because things don't work around it. It can be pretty much something extraterrestrial, but if magnetic fields exist there, that is pretty much eliminated.
Yeah, it's an archaeologically protected site too, plus it's not that feasible to excavate it. All this is not really easy to decode, but I think it can just be a natural geological formation.
Maybe. Who knows? It
Yeah.
might be a UFO.
Again? Okay.
To our listeners, all this talk of anomalies and mysteries reminds us that there's so much we don't know about the oceans. That UFO shaped object might not be an alien artifact, but it is a symbol of how mysterious our oceans still are.
Let's start with the numbers. It got creepy. How many marine species have been described so far?
Based on the World Register of Marine Species, there are currently about 240 to 100,000 known and described marine species living in the world's oceans. That includes everything from the big fish to the tiny zooplankton.
That is a big number, but our
Yeah.
oceans are huge too. How many more could be out there?
Estimates vary, but UNESCO led studies suggest that there might be between 700,000 and 1 million species. Who knows?
Whoa.
A Smithsonian analysis notes that perhaps two-thirds are still undescribed. New methods
Hmm.
even hint at zero point 0.7 to 1 million species in total. That's what
But
I said
yeah,
before.
but so how do people get to know these estimates? It's not like they have a registry at their disposal.
Well, one approach is based on the species area curve, which outlines how the number of species in a region increase with the area of the region. By seeing how species accumulate, biologists can make estimates about how many species there are in a region, even the ocean.
Mm. But the total area that these surveys cover has to be very minuscule, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the problem. The ocean's so big, and different
Mm.
prediction methods can give vastly different answers. Which is why there are other methods, like using how species discoveries accumulate with time to estimate future discoveries.
Okay, so it's based on human activity and not some natural process.
Yeah, it's not perfect. We're not perfect. But
Hmm.
we do know that for some groups like marine mammals, the discovery rate has fallen off rapidly. So perhaps not that many more species remain undiscovered. But for other groups like invertebrates, the discovery rate has actually increased over time. So an estimate based on this ever increasing rate is essentially infinite.
But why does it matter if a few more snails are documented? I mean, not all of us are out there obsessing over fish spreadsheets.
That's fair, I guess, but it's not about being obsessed. Each of these snails represents a piece of a bigger puzzle, which is understanding how life works, how ecosystems stay balanced, and even how we survive as humans. Who knows, we could also identify some species with potential benefits. Like, I don't know, find the cure to cancer or something.
Oh, that would have
Even
been, yeah,
we could find biomedical compounds, carbon sequestration roles, and so much more.
it would be so beneficial to the society.
Yeah,
I guess that's what science is all about, discovering what's in the universe and how those things work together in the long run. Anyways, last but not the least, I've got a very important topic to talk about, which is quite important in the in oceanography, and it's called seafloor mapping,
it's also called, what is it called?
bathymetric surveying.
Okay. It's also called bathymetric surveying.
Righty. It is the process of charting the shape, features, and depth of the ocean floor, which helps us to understand what lies beneath the ocean surface, from like underwater mountains to trenches to shipwrecks to pipelines and ancient landscapes and UFOs, I guess.
It's like an underwater navigation system, like the virtual maps we use today to reach our destinations.
Yeah, it's most used for submarine cable planning, underwater archaeology, tsunami modeling, marine conservation, and studies related to climate. It's like an underwater navigation system, like the virtual maps used today to reach our destinations.
Tsunami modeling, marine conservation, and studies related to climate.
The question is how it is done. So,
We have sonar, which is used to calculate the depths of the ocean. Ships send sound pulses to the ocean floor using sonar. The sound bounces back, and the time taken is used to calculate depth.
I
Physics.
remember we have done like numerical based on this in the
Yeah, we
past.
have. I failed in
Yeah.
every single one.
Okay. Okay. Even like, yeah, okay, we have even side sonars, side scan sonars, whatever. They are used, which does some graphic work. Like this does sound work, this one does graphic work to generate images of the seafloor. So using this, we can find out debris or even cable routes and mysterious underwater stuff.
No mysteries anymore. Keep going.
Righty. For shallow waters, we use LIDAR,
Technique.
light detection and ranging. Yeah, yeah, which is a laser technique to monitor corals, coastal erosion, and more.
Even satellites are used, which measure sea surface height variations from space. Wow, try saying that 5 times in a row.
They don't have that good of resolution, but are fine enough for mapping large features like ocean ridges in the middle of the ocean.
It's strange how just 20% of the oceanic surface is mapped. We gotta work, people.
You know, the UN has launched a project which aims to map the entire ocean floor in the coming 5 years,
I don't think
2030.
it's possible. The entire ocean, that's nah.
Yeah, they just say stuff. Let's see if they could do it. So it's very useful and in need because it can help us predict natural calamities like tsunamis, earthquakes, and climate patterns, all that stuff.
Hmm. Alright. We're wrapping up here in our lab. Our data has been logged, samples have been sealed, and minds have been blown.
Indeed, yeah. Oh my God. So today we explored the ocean in our submarine, from the darkest pits of terror to the most friendly coral. It has reminded us that ocean is full of life, even unknown life, and it all needs to be protected.
In the words of Coral, the ocean does get really beautiful at times, but it only stays that way if we take care of it.
So here's to science, curiosity, and keeping our oceans alive. Cheers.
Thank you for joining us today, and big thanks again to Rachel Griffith for inspiring us to do this episode. If you too have an idea for an episode we should do, email us at solving4.x.official@gmail.com.
Until then, this is Ramit,
And this is Nuha, signing
signing
off.
off.